Shopify, stop allowing this person to use your platform. Twitter safety, Libs of TikTok must be banned. Police responding to another threat at Boston Children's Hospital. Let me see. Is there an article on this? The full article is here. The right wing has turned to outright domestic terrorism towards children in their hatred of transgender people. Now, this is a topic. Okay, let's go. Okay. Police responding to another threat at Boston Children's Hospital. So you've got a little bit of the context that recently the best children's hospital in the US has been harassed by the far right, by Libs of TikTok, about presumably performing surgery on children, which was totally false, and there was a bomb threat in as a direct result of that harassment. Boston Children's Hospital has received another phoned-in threat, Boston police confirmed Friday. So things are escalating. More and more threats are being made just because a group of people hates trans people, and this hospital just so happens to provide healthcare to transgender youth. Police say multiple units responded to the hospital on Longwood Avenue at 11:39 a.m. The situation is ongoing and more details were not immediately available, so we may still learn more about the situation as it goes on, and we might see more threats in the future as well. This is a second threat, so we just might see more of this sort of thing because sites like Libs of TikTok will not stop. Things will just escalate. This is the second threat to the hospital in recent weeks. On August the 30th, an anonymous bomb threat set off a lockdown at the hospital while a bomb squad canvassed the building. Nothing suspicious was found in that instance and no one was hurt. Police has not described the nature of the threat Tuesday night or offered any details about the potential origin, so we don't know who did it yet. Anonymous bomb threat, nothing suspicious, so it was another sort of phone call with the goal of freezing the hospital, of stopping it from functioning. That is basically the main goal. The goal is not to actually, create a real threat, but just to freeze the hospital from functioning because those people just hate children, apparently. Police rushed to Boston Children's Hospital after a bomb threat was called in. Boston Children's Hospital recently warned staff about an increase in threats to their institution, which were tied to the care the facility offers to transgender youth. See, all of this is about bigotry. All of this is about the growing antagonism around transgender people. So we are still very much in danger. Some of these threats stem from misinformation posted online about the nature of the procedures performed and a wave of anti-LGBTQ plus rhetoric that has surfaced in recent years. And that is absolutely true. And the online misinformation was, among others, from Libs of TikTok. I'm pretty sure Matt Walsh has also spread similar misinformation because Matt Walsh is a dishonest hack, okay? Matt Walsh is a dishonest hack that seems to have a really deep-seated hatred for transgender people, along with his whole documentary that he has made. Some phone calls and emails have threatened violence against doctors and staff, and the hospital said in a statement posted to social media earlier this month, "We are deeply concerned by these attacks on our clinicians and staff, fueled by misinformation and a lack of understanding and respect for our transgender community." So it is really nice to see that the hospital firmly stands with the transgender community as well as with transgender youth, which people like Matt Walsh and people like the Libs of TikTok hate. They hate children. That's why they aim to disturb functioning of the greatest hospital for children in the US. Boston Children's is not the only hospital to experience these types of online harassment and threats, according to an NBC News report earlier this year. That report noted social media attacks against other children's hospitals in Omaha, Nebraska, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. According to a recent report by the Southern Poverty Law Center, while the LGBTQ plus rights movement found an ally in the Biden administration, there is continued evidence of hate groups mobilizing in 2021 to push anti-LGBTQ legislation and ideology in the country. It is not clear if the recent threats were motivated by such rhetoric or something else entirely. So, in my mind, of course, this is all tied to the hatred movement that wants to abolish transgender rights and broader LGBTQ plus rights. It is tied to people like Matt Walsh. It is tied to pages like the Libs of TikTok. And I think that this is a reminder that even though pages like Kiwi Farms are gone, we are far from safe, and worldwide hatred against transgender people is just growing. New hateful laws are being pushed, and of course, children's hospitals are being threatened with bombs. Isn't that interesting? That people that claim to care about children, to care about children's safety, lead to children's hospitals being threatened with bombs. Doesn't that make you think how much those people really care about children? I think they don't care about children at all. I just think they care about the bigotry, and I just think they care about reducing the rights of trans people. This is all that they want. By the way, if you like this segment, because this is gonna become a segment, please like, share, subscribe, and, share this with your friends and family and everybody. And we will see what's gonna come of it. It helps me a lot, And, it's a nice thing to do.